Darian, welcome in, man.
Darian, Mac, why is Darian not a VIP? Been called out here. This is no longer called the Mac Report. This is the Mac Report Exposed. Is this my tier list, or is this with both of us? This is mine.
No. I'm having nothing to do with this, man. There he is. Look at that. It worked and everything.
It did. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm doing great.
Does it feel strange to be here on the other side, to be getting interviewed?
I've been on it several times, but it's on the Mac Report finally. I remember you were saying, "Oh, the one thing trying to get Carbon on it." I mean, hello, we're here.
And that was last night when you were on, and I mean, I was serious, man. You finally made it. You made it as a content creator now.
Yes,
you've been
true. I did. Finally made it.
Because you're on the show. Right, okay, let's Carbon, let's start off. We're gonna start off with some easy ones. Rick, thank you for the sub, man. We're gonna start off with some easy ones. These are nice quick fire questions. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna miss follows and subs and all that, but thank you in advance for all of them. Let's just start off with a nice easy one. When did you start playing, man?
So I started playing Clash of Clans back in 2014. So it was like April of 2014. It's been so long, man. It's crazy. I didn't start back in 2012 when Clash came out, but remember I started back in 2014, and then that's kind of when I was in college, and I would play quite a bit. Then I know I played initially for that year, going from 2014 of like April through till December, and I know I stopped for winter break of college. I didn't play, and then when I went back to school for the next semester, I picked up again and never stopped.
What's your favorite town hall level?
Usually I would say it's kind of whatever the max is at the moment. Yeah. So, and right now, obviously Town Hall 14, and who knows in terms of Town Hall 15, 16, 17, right? Eventually. Yeah. I typically love to play those. I know the other Town Halls are fantastic. Everyone loves to play each individual one. Town Halls 10, 11, 12, 13. But usually for me, it would always be kind of the max at the time.
Yeah, that was kind of what Itsu said as well. He just likes to have like the top level is what he wants to be at all the time, and the top level gameplay, and that's the bit that he likes. It kind of makes sense, especially most of your content is at that Town Hall 14 esports kind of things, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's make the videos on and what I enjoy the most. I know like the casual audience and if you want to hit the masses, you make content on lower town halls because that's where most of the people is. But for me, what I enjoy the most is that highest level gameplay and kind of seeing the top players go at it. And so that's what I enjoy the most.
I'm sorry, I burst out laughing there. Darian, welcome in, man. Darian gets to skip ahead. He doesn't have to wait for viewers' questions. So Darian asks, let's just go straight now with it. Why is Darian Carbon's favorite community manager? There we go. That's just
First of all, I'm going to turn this one around onto you, Mac. Why is Darian not a VIP in your channel? I mean,
he's got his own emote. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, what, Darian? I don't know why you're not VIP. You should be a VIP. You know, I mean, that's my first question. Like, hello, but. I mean, it's granted. Like, there you go. That's why you're my favorite. I've got your back, Darian. I make you VIP. That's why you're my favorite, right? Mike doesn't think you're his favorite. He doesn't VIP you up. Like, come on. Darian, what's good? Hello.
There we go.
I miss you.
I like that, man. I like that. You know what? It was a fair point. It's like totally justified. He should have been a VIP. So,
I know.
Danny's not even subbed. I mean, that's his own. He can't even use his own emote.
Can't even use his own emote. Oh,
that's awkward.
Oh.
Wait, I can fix that.
Oh my. Been called out here. This is no longer called the Mac Report. This is the Mac Report Exposed.
Mac Exposed.
Mac Exposed.
Oh, Scud beat me to it.
Scud got you. There it is.
I could not. Coming in. Scud beat me. Scud, thank you, man.
There it is. Darren's got it. Can use his own emo all over Twitch now. There we go.
To be fair, he's got a 2-month sub already, so he's already been subbed as well.
There you go.
Hello, man. This is derailed already. I love it.
It has. It's perfect.
In fact, that was you lurking in Coco's stream when in Coco's Mac Report when it all went wrong, and you were just sitting trolling, just like, ha ha ha.
exactly.
Ended up watching your first video then as well. It was great. What's your favorite strategy now? I might mix this one up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
2 parts to this question. What's your favorite strategy to do, and what's your favorite strategy to watch? There we go. You got 2 on this one.
So
too far.
My favorite strategy to do. I mean, I've always been a Lalo, right? So I've always been loving air attacks in terms of not dragon air attacks, balloon, right? There's always obviously the 2 sides to it. I love anything kind of Lalo. It could be with the Skelly-Dona Lalo, Blizz Lalo, like Lightning and the Zap Lalo, kind of Sui. Anything you can think of kind of Lalo is what I really enjoy. But I would say as of recently, some of my favorite is just kind of the creative mindset. And that's what I've been doing a lot, right? And so just mixing it up and being different, stuff you've never seen before, and just kind of throw people for like, wait, I need to see this again and see. And there's some small things could be like, wait, maybe I could actually use that into my attacks, and who knows what can be created with something like that. So, I mean, Lalo will always be kind of the backbone, the history, what I'd love to do. But if it can become Lalo with some sort of creativity mixed in as well, that's what I would love.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Papa Rilo says Skelly Lalo. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I'm not too good with Skelly-Dona Lalo, but it's like silly with skeletons that try to take out heroes. So I remember back Talon 13 doing it, and oh yeah, love it.
Fond memories. So where does your name come from? This is always a really interesting one. I've picked it up now, so it better not just be it was auto-generated. Was it auto-generated?
No, it was not auto-generated. I mean, I made my name thinking. So when I initially started, like with Twitch, I started back in 2017 in January, and I kind of created my name off of thinking of I wanted to try to have a name that I've not heard before, something I've not seen, and I wanted to kind of somehow have the name played off the material like carbon fiber. And so I was thinking of a couple different names. I really liked the beginning part of that, which was carbon. It's also obviously the element. And I was like, well, maybe I can take that. And then I wanted to try to think of a different name. And when I was thinking of names, like the first name I actually thought of that I was like, oh, maybe this could be good was Carbon Feather. I was like, yeah, I think that could be good. Maybe have like a black and gold feather as the logo. Cause that was my mindset, was how can I like turn my name into some sort of like logo, maybe put on merch or something that you can brand yourself around. That was my initial mindset when I made the name. But then I was like, I think that name's too long. Cause I searched the name on like, put it in for like an email address, for like Twitter, for like all different on YouTube, and then the name was too long. I was like, don't want that. So I removed the end part, and then I went with Fin after like shark, and I was like, oh, I could probably make a brand around that, and that's kind of how I made the name. It's nothing too crazy or anything like that, but just it's how I kind of came up with it. So
but getting that so always having that eye on the branding and the content creation, that was part of it.
Yeah,
sort of,
from the start. Yeah,
deliberate from the start. I like that, man. Sort of very intentional. Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Okay. So a couple of questions that popped up already have all been about like advice for content creation and all that sort of stuff. So you've been streaming. I wrote this question and sent them to you in advance. You've been streaming on Twitch for a while now. That's my vague. I don't know exactly when you started. But can you tell us about like how you started, and did you make a conscious decision to prioritize Twitch over YouTube? And would you do it differently if you did it?
So when I started, I did not even consider YouTube at all. Yeah. I was not even thinking about YouTube. I started Twitch back in January 2017, and I was like, okay, I originally started streaming from my Mac laptop, and I didn't have a web camera. And I would say that was maybe for the first like week or so. I actually had a plan to use a PC. So I was like, okay, I want to get a PC and use that for live streams. But the PC was ordered, but it wasn't going to arrive till February of 2017. So in January, I was like, you know what? Let me just start streaming from my Mac. And so it was just the gameplay. And no, I I don't think there's any way to ever find those old videos or old streams, but I just started on that, and I didn't have any mindset of turning into a YouTube channel. I originally started streaming for one reason only, and that reason was so that, because when you're in game and you're typing away and you're typing paragraphs and you're going on, because I found that so enough. It's like, oh my gosh, I just don't want to type paragraphs to try to help people in my clan, like talk to them, right? And this was before I knew about Discord, or even, I don't even know when Discord was created, but before that, or I didn't use any of like Skype or things like that. But I was like, okay, I'm going to create my Twitch channel and I'm going to go live on Twitch so that they can tune in. And so I don't have to type these paragraphs anymore. So I was like, all right, I went to my client. I was like, here, tune into this stream here so I could talk to you. And the sole purpose was to talk to them and not to other viewers, realizing that other people would tune in. And I wanted them to say, okay, this is what I would do in this base. And so, I mean, I kind of like streamed out. There was back at the time, like Powerbang was streaming Clash, and all these other really high like profile players were streaming Clash at the time. And they also kind of inspired me as well to kind of like, wait, so I could kind of do this on Twitch, like play Clash and then help my clan. And so then it kind of just evolved from there. And then eventually people were like, Carbon, you should turn this stuff into YouTube videos. And I was like, I don't know, should I? And for the longest time, I was like, I don't think I should. Like, I just pushed it off, and eventually, I finally jumped into it, and then, I kind of just went from there. It was just crazy experience.
So Drew has summed that up as, so this whole Twitch thing started because Carbonfin was lazy. Drew, that's your words, not mine. I just repeated
Actually, I would say not lazy. It's just I was working smarter, so I didn't have to type paragraphs, so I was just able to talk. Yeah, I like exactly.
That. I like that. Darian, catch you later. Darian's internet is dying. He's moved house recently.
Oh, okay. Darian, have a good one.
Catch you later, Darian, man. He's back on the show soon, by the way, which is awesome.
Oh.
Hoping that he's gonna hopefully, man. I mean, I don't know if I doubt he will. He's very good at not giving anything away.
He's good at keeping all the secrets.
Yes, he's brilliant at answering questions and saying nothing and answering for a very long time. And you're like, wait,
did you answer my question?
Yeah. You go with it's very satisfied. You're like, yeah, that's good. And you're like, said no. I've lost my place in these questions now. Right, so what is it that you enjoy most about streaming then? What's the best thing about it?
I would say the best thing about streaming is the interaction that you can have with the community. Because when you make a YouTube video, if you upload, you don't have that instant gratification like you do for Twitch, for a live stream. And like I could stream on YouTube, but it's a whole different community on YouTube. I would say the community on Twitch is, I would say probably on average, definitely a lot older. And so there's a whole different sense on Twitch than YouTube. And there's a lot of people that stream, some people stream on both, some people stream on one or the other, and they have their preferences. But streaming on Twitch is a whole different community than you would stream on YouTube. But also, when you upload a video to YouTube, you don't get that instant gratification like you do when you're live streaming, because you got to upload it, then you got to wait for people to see it, and then you got to wait for people to not only see it, but then also comment, and then you get their sense. But on a live stream, you get to see instantly when people type in chat. You get to see the reactions to what just happened, what you did. Yeah, you might have to wait 5, 6, 7 seconds, whatever, but it's just for them to react to what's going on is a lot different feeling than making a YouTube video, for sure. So like you have that instant gratification when you're streaming.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So when I like shameless, but I'm going to talk about myself on like everything comes on. That's how I go.
Hey, it's your show.
Yeah, exactly. But when I first started making videos, I wanted to try and capture that sort of, and this was like years and years ago, and then I stopped reaching my channel. But I wanted to try and capture like the excitement of war and try and document it, but didn't really understand that Twitch was a thing, and actually that's where you could have documented. You could have just experienced it with people. Whereas I did these videos that were called 30-minute wars, and it was a 24-hour war in 30 minutes. It was a start, a middle bit, and the end, and just the excitement.
Yeah,
and that sort of stuff. And
it's a lot different.
Yeah, and but you didn't have that interaction, you had that excitement, but you had no idea if anyone else was excited about it as well. So
yeah. exactly.
What is this hammer? Yeah, the hammer's a thing, Fox. You can turn it off if you want. Right, okay. So tell us about TikTok then. You've just started on TikTok. How's that going? I keep getting notifications. TikTok. Yeah. You're like, what's that? Sorry, is that my Scottish accent throwing you off there?
I was like, wait, what'd you say? Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, TikTok. Yeah, TikTok is going great in terms of I'm bringing like a whole different kind of strategy to my videos. As of 2022, I've switched up a lot. Like I actually remember I uploaded every single day, daily, even when I traveled to Poland, even when I went to Germany, because 2019 was the absolute craziest year of my life. I flew to so many different places. I think it was LA 5 different times for the ESL Mobile Open playoffs. I casted there. I flew to Dallas, New York, Atlanta, Montreal. All of these were for different Clash events. New York was the ESL Mobile Open Season 2 finals, where WHF took on Coastal Clash. Atlanta was Season 3 finals. And then Montreal was a DreamHack there. And then Poland, I went, it was like each month in 2019 for like almost a week. And that was like 4 or 5 times, including like the town hall reveal at the end. And then Germany for the World Finals. So 2019, all of that, which was in that year, was absolutely wild.
I was waiting for you to mention one that I had a photo of. There's one of Germany.
Yeah, that right there. Yeah, that was Germany. Was in Germany in the live audience right there. And so there was the seats down at the very bottom, and then there was people all around in that stadium there. Which was really awesome, and it was really cool to be a part of and to be casting in that live audience and to be there. And wait, I got carried away. What was the question again? I got carried away.
We're talking about TikTok, but you.
TikTok.
You went on a tangent, and that's okay, man. I kind of went on a tangent,
and so I was talking. Yes, I was talking about my strategy, how it changed, and so I was talking about saying how I was uploading a video every single day, and all the way through 2019, through all that traveling, still didn't miss a video, and it was all the way to October 16th of 2018. But as a recent beginning in January, I kind of switched things up to not uploading every day, where I'm kind of uploading every other day, and then sometimes on the weekend as well. So it's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the weekends, if get either a YouTube short or a different video on those days, and kind of putting more an emphasis on being making like quality over quantity rather than making videos all the time. And so the biggest mindset, I was like, oh, I have to make like daily videos. I have to do this, I have to do that. Well, no, you just want to be consistent. You just want to make a video that's fits your schedule, fits your time, but that doesn't mean that you have to upload a video every single day. So if you upload a video once a week, then just upload the video on the same time, same day, potentially that same time the next week, right? So once a week. But when it comes to like TikTok, so that's where the strategy kind of came in, and now where I'm uploading videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but then also now I'm uploading shorts to TikTok, to Instagram, to Twitter, to now where my second YouTube channel, the YouTube Shorts. So I'm taking that same video, which is the short, and just applying to all those different platforms now. And so when I did on TikTok, which is basically fueled the whole growth on TikTok, which I just created the account like just maybe 2 or so weeks ago, is the one video where it was the log launch of Blizzard that just went crazy. Because all my videos typically were on there were like around a couple thousand views, but that one went off to like, I think it's like 2.4 million right now or something. I have no idea. It's just something went viral on the algorithm on TikTok, which is crazy because that same video, like on Instagram, had like 20,000 views, but on TikTok, 2.4 million. I don't get it. Like these platforms are wild. So might as well, you want to take advantage of as many of them as possible because you don't know which one could take off.
It's so interesting how different the same video.
Yeah, it's the same video.
My numbers, I'm dealing in much smaller numbers, but like I did I got my wife to sing. You know when the sea shanty song came out? Yeah, there was that sea shanty meme So I made
you have to send it to me. I don't remember off the top of my head.
The Wellerman song.
I'll have to see this. I'll have to see this song though.
There once was a game that was too easy. It was Clash of Clans at 10:13. The spam flew in, the bases went down. Oh, blow my sweeper, blow. Soon will the update come to bring us walls and troops and fun. One day when the planning is done, we'll take our strats and go.
You'll have to share that.
I'll share. I'm not prepared on that, but yeah. But that on TikTok got like 30,000 views for me, and like most of my videos are a couple of hundred.
Wow.
And I was like,
yeah,
this is insane.
That's huge, yeah.
And then on YouTube, it did nothing. It was like YouTube was like,
exactly.
And it's so strange the way that the algorithm works or doesn't work. It's such a bizarre thing. Yeah. So are you enjoying sort of like trying to unlock those new algorithms and trying to work out how a new platform works, or is it frustrating?
No, I enjoy it. It's kind of like a refresh, and so it's like a breath of fresh air in terms of now trying to exactly like I've been in the YouTube just grind for so long, and now switching things up, it's like I can like take a step back and like, oh wow, it's like trying to now accomplish something else, right? In terms of TikTok, Instagram, and trying to grow those avenues as well, have a larger reach on those platforms other than YouTube. Because the one thing you don't want to do is put all your eggs in one basket, right? And so that can come to Twitch, that can come to YouTube, right? So you want to make sure that, because I know my one personal example where I did that was back when I started streaming. I was in a Discord. I didn't have a personal Discord at the time. I was in a group Discord. We had like a team Discord where there was like there was like the three of us creators, and we were like the head of the Discord, and all of our communities went to that one Discord. It was shared. I never thought like I should make my own Discord, but then there was like a falling out in that group, and then that Discord, the leader of it basically just wiped the Discord and completely deleted it, like because got mad and just deleted the whole thing. And then I was like, wait, I just built a community on there, and now it's all gone. Right now I have to start from scratch on Discord and try to grow my community again. Yeah. And so that's what I ended up doing, is growing my own. Like, I didn't want to be reliant on someone else controlling it and have all that going through. So that same thought process can go to anywhere in terms of like, if you're all on Twitch and then what happens to the platform, now your whole audience and everything goes away. So you want to diversify across as many platforms as possible so you can kind of grow your community in that sense.
And that experience of that ownership, like, do you still edit your own videos, or do you have like someone that helps you out with the editing side of things?
So I edit all my own YouTube videos, and so in terms of that, go on my main channel. But now I brought on Mad Dog. He's editing the shorts, so you've probably seen him around and whatnot. He edits Lex's videos, and so he's doing a lot of the shorts. So the shorts that are from my main YouTube videos I edit, but all the other ones so that's what's going to allow me to be able to post on those platforms every day.
Just giving you that, it's that
exactly
next stage, isn't it? Just giving you like that ability to just spread your wings a little bit and just sort of like take on more.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff. I'm editing all the videos on my main channel, and basically like the video that I released, the vertical video that I released of Rikira's, which he was in today's video. That short I edited. So I basically just took the video, chopped it up, put it into a vertical format. And so it's pretty simple as I take that. And so, but all the other ones, as I'm trying to then like make a lot more content for those other platforms, is where he's going to come in and help and bring in. So basically what he's going to be doing is going across like the channel, either on live streams as it's going on, or across the channel, looking at a lot of the other videos that have done well and try to like take clips from like those highlight moments, right? In terms of like, oh, this moment in the video is the kind of the important moment, and then turn into a short, because it's kind of like bringing a highlight. If you go to, let's say, like a sports center, you go to like these like post on Twitter, a lot of times they're like, oh, you remember like 2 years exactly today, this moment happened in sports history or something, right? So it's kind of like a highlight. So I'm going to be bringing a lot of like, not necessarily that, but just, oh, remember this moment when Klaus did this. It could have been at Town Hall 13, or it could have been a Town Hall 12 video, and which people will be like, oh, I remember. Like gives them nostalgia, brings them back to that moment or something. And so it's kind of the strategy going to bring a lot more content to the other platforms as well, other than just YouTube.
I like that, man, because I like that sort of strategy, because I've sort of thought about like when I've done little Twitch and sort of like little Twitter shorts or YouTube shorts or TikTok stuff, and like a whole attack doesn't work. It's too boring. It's too long. It needs to be so instant. It needs to hit the audience straight away, and
that's what the TikTok that blew up for me was the one part of the log launcher that it's just that small part. People in the comments were like, wait, where's the whole video and things? But I mean, if the whole video then kind of ruins it, whereas like you bring the whole thing, you can, but it's usually what works best in those short form is just a small part that kind of explains, that mini part of it, or something, a funny moment, something crazy. Your queen goes and walks to the builder base instead of going to the town hall. I mean, like those happen to everyone. So making those into shorts is like something that I'm like focusing on to kind of grow those sides of the audience.
Cool. Right, next one then. If you could start again, what would you do differently? Because you do Clash School and all that, so you help out like up and coming content creators and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You just overloaded me with about like 3 or 4 bits of advice just before we went live. You were like, you can do this, you can do that. I'm like, oh wow, this is incredible. So like, but if you could do something differently, what would you do differently if you could start again?
What I would do differently is focus on YouTube, for sure. Because I focused on Twitch, and it's just Twitch. The name of the game, it's really, really difficult, and it's slow at growing. YouTube, you have a really good chance of growing a lot more, but it still takes a while. But right now, in my position, I'm going to be like, not only start with YouTube, but also start with the other platforms, especially like if you have a TikTok, that can blow up. You never know what might hit. So try to take that one video you do and try to like post it in as many places as possible, because you don't know where that one place can blow up. And then what happens is you then link your information in that platform, and then it can help grow your live stream. It can grow your Twitch, it can grow your YouTube, it can grow your TikTok, you can grow your Twitter. And so you basically want to try to hit as many platforms as possible. And it's a little extra work in terms of videos, but I would say videos allow you to grow way more than a live stream, because like for a live stream, you have to be live. Like right now, you have to be here doing it. Like for YouTube, I just post a video that I posted 2-3 years ago is still there. So people can go watch that video, and it can still earn money, monetization. It can be there as educational and like content there for people to watch. But also it's something that is growing kind of your portfolio on that platform. While on Twitch, 60 days from now, we're going to delete your video no matter what. You don't have a choice. It's going to be gone off the platform. And then like, that's how Twitch works, right? So you only grow if you're live, and you have to invest the time there. And it's a slow growth on Twitch, but the other platforms can help Twitch grow. Say, hey, you want to watch me stream live? Well, I turn the Twitch live streams into YouTube videos. So if you want to see your name in the comment section down below, make sure you go click the link down into the description to go watch the live stream, so you can be included here. So things like that help drive the audience, help drive the clicks to go over to follow on Twitch. And so, or things like, for example, in order to grow over on Twitter, like what am I like master series, or like the master series, the like creative videos I've done where I'm using bases that people have posted on Twitter. I'm like, if you want to see your base in a video, make sure to go post it to Twitter, and then I highlight them on the video. Like, oh, maybe I could be my base can be shown, so let me go follow them on Twitter or things like that. So you want to like try your best in videos, in streams, to like cross promote, and it can help kind of the engagement to jump between the different platforms.
I like that, man. Like that.
Yeah.
What has been your greatest achievement so far? I think this is the one that I was meant to put the picture up for, but I've already
no, I mean that also explains my 2019. But I would kind of say the whole year 2019 coming up to that world championship. So that picture kind of shows like the casting. Yeah, that one right there where I casted in front of a live audience. So that one, and then also in New York. So those were the two places that I've casted in front of a live audience. Yeah, so that one right there is New York when WHF took on Coastal Clash. And so that Baby Dragon and Minion are actually the Baby Dragon and Minion that I actually have in my background here. I actually took them all the way to New York. I was like, do you guys want something on the set? And to have like some Clash of Clans stuff. And I was like, I got these guys. And they're like, yeah, bring it. Sure, absolutely. So I had those guys literally, they didn't fit in my backpack. I was like, so they were literally like hanging on the side of my backpack as I was going through the airport, going through the terminal and traveling to New York. So they got to experience that. But yeah, so casting in front of the people and seeing like people's reaction, watching what's going on was absolutely amazing to be able to do that. Because when I was in Dallas, I was casting in DreamHack, but the stage kind of where we were casting in our behind the booth was actually behind the stage. So you had the audience.
Yeah, you didn't have that interaction.
Yeah. So there's the audience, and then there was the players playing, and then behind that was us casting. And so I was like, at first when I did it, I was like, oh, I didn't know that's how it is. But I mean, it wasn't as nervous because I didn't have the people in front to be looking at you and things like that. And then the next experience, kind of, I went to Poland. There's no audience there. It's just a bunch of cameras with the crew that's filming. And so then obviously that turns into a stream. And then kind of the first real experience where I had live people was in New York. And so there was the audience. That was actually in the Barclays Arena where the Brooklyn Nets play. It was in their stadium. And so the way the event was set up, like the stage was started at the half court. And then it went from half court to the stadium. So it was like kind of half the stadium. And then the other half was all the production and the wiring and all the stuff in order to make it all work. So it was really cool to see and to be a part of. And I would say kind of casting a live event was definitely a highlight of what I've done so far. And obviously growing YouTube and just the reach in terms of helping people in terms of videos and all that.
So one of the questions that popped up in the chat, I'm going to do the viewers' questions right at the end, guys. They are all getting logged at the moment, but one that popped up that kind of fits in here is someone asked, how much prep do you put in with the other casters when you're doing these big events? Like, how much time goes into that live stream event? And is it different? I'm saying live stream, sorry, a live event, and is it different actually now that we're under this COVID conditions? It's sort of changed that prep time a little bit as well. So tell us about that a little bit.
Oh, so it's completely different versus in person to sitting here. So I'll walk. So the experience is when I'm sitting here and we're going through. For me, Judo, Itsu, Woody, all of us, as we were doing it, is we initially at the beginning of the season for when it was online, we did a little like in terms of rehearsal. We're kind of getting the cadence and everything. And then once we did that, we didn't actually have any rehearsals really for the rest of the year for them. We just kind of met about an hour and a half early to kind of go over things and what it would be, because we kind of got the rhythm and everything, because we don't have to do anything. We're just sitting here in our chair or standing up, right? We're not going anywhere. So the production, they all have to do all their stuff to get ready because we can't do anything. So they just pick the cameras and they just tell us, okay, you're on, you're not, because we have the person in our ear while we're casting. So there, if you go back to some of those videos, some of the stuff which is pretty funny because as we're casting, sometimes we may be like, I'll have a little pause, and then we keep talking. That's because the production is like in our ear telling us, oh wait, you got to do this, and then it's kind of, sometimes it's hard to listen to them and like talk at the same time. They try their best not to talk to you while you're casting, but it's obviously they can't stop it all the time. But the difference in terms of doing that versus like in person is when you're in person, you got to be like, okay, you're standing here. You're looking at the camera from this angle. But once you're done casting, now you move over to this side and you move around the stage. So a lot of times when I was in Poland and then when we were in LA for the final, for the Worlds of this year in 2021, it was like a whole day of rehearsal, even 2 days of rehearsal of like 8 hours. There's a lot of like sitting around waiting for production to be like, okay, we're getting ready. So we're kind of just like, all right, we're waiting for production to kind of get into their spots and make sure to do that. But we have to be there so that we can go through our steps so that they know, okay, this is the camera angle that they have to hit. They come from this angle. So we are looking here and then we go over here. And then like if you go back to the World Championship, and when it was like, if you were standing in my spot, I was standing on the stage just out of view of the camera, so you couldn't see me. But when Judo was interviewing the JX Tiger winner at the final, so you could probably bring it up. So in the shot, in the video, Judo's interviewing him. It's looking like he's looking at him, but he's actually not. You can ask Judo this. Judo is looking in the complete opposite direction of where the interview guy is, just so that the angle of the camera looks like he's looking at him. Judo is not looking at the person in the interview at all. And it's just from when you're looking on the stream, it looks like he is. In order to make it work, Judo was completely looking to the far left away from him. So when I was looking at Judo, I was like, oh, that looks so weird, because Judo's not looking at all, but from the camera angle, it looks like he is looking at him. Yeah. But he had to do that in order to make it look good, right? In order to make it work for the camera, make it. And so we had to practice that because of the angle that the camera came in. So there's a lot of things that went into it, many hours of practice that went to rehearsals and things. But I mean, at the end of the day, hopefully it turned out well, and we try to put on the best show for the viewers. But there's a lot of stuff and a lot of things that people don't know in order to get it ready for the actual live show.
I'm going totally off script here, but Worlds, were you surprised when that was running through? Like, had you called ATN or Strutting Out going out that early?
Oh, no, I was completely shocked. Yeah. And like when Tribe defeated them, I was just like I would say that was the best war I've ever casted, and it started off the worlds. Yeah. And it was just
everyone's predictions out.
It did. It was absolutely insane, and it was the best war probably of the whole year. Just watching it go back and forth, 3-star after 3-star, was absolutely insane. It was an amazing thing to see and watch. But yeah, I mean, what a world way to kick it off, and yeah, it did not disappoint. But yeah, that was very surprising for sure.
It is. Right, okay. The last one in this bit, and then we're going to do a wee tier list, bit of fun. What does the future hold for Carbonfin? As someone asked about, like, where do you see yourself 5 years time? So what's next?
Well, I mean, as a YouTuber, as a content creator, like obviously when you're in a 9-to-5 job, when you're kind of growing your career, you sit down with your manager, with the director, whatever it may be, and you talk about your like 5-year goal, your 5-year plan. And that's a very common thing you do, right? And in your career as a YouTuber, content creator, it's like your 5-year plan now becomes like your plan. It's like, it's so volatile in terms of content creation. You're always thinking to yourself, will I still be making videos, or will my channel still be here in a year, right? Will people stop watching? And so it becomes like, what am I going to be doing for this year? It's always like that. But in terms of like going 5 years, in terms of like career wise, I love just kind of growing all the different platforms now and seeing what that could do. And if that leads into other games, potentially that could be. But I love just kind of the content creation world. So if it's not my channel, maybe it's part of like an organization that's promoting other content creators, helping them, because I had the experience myself. So in some sense, kind of still be involved, because what I did before content creation, I was like in IT auditing and things like that. And I would never I don't want to go back to that. I want to still be, I don't, it's just completely different. I just love what I do. And so if it's not with my channel, I just want to be able to do it and try to help others in some sense and something. And so who knows what 5 years may be, but I would still love to make videos and things like that. It's just like, I would just do it out of the love and passion for it, and just be able to see people's reactions to the content, to the videos, is what a lot of content creators and myself is what we do it for, is to get kind of see what people love about it, and just kind of get that raw reaction in either live streams or in YouTube videos.
Judo has arrived, by the way, so feel free to.
Judo!
You were just chatting about him and about how he was doing those shots, but
Judo can talk. Yes, Judo can talk. Judo. So remember when you did the interview with Worlds when you were interviewing Jake Second, you weren't looking at him at all. Judo could probably back it up in chat. It was funny where I was standing, because Judo had to look completely off to the left in order to angle up. He could back it up. But yeah, ask him about that.
Happy days. Right, we are. There'll be a bit of delay, or he's left already. You know, he just came in.
Yeah,
he came in with the clout, and then he's gone. I know he's still there. That's why I said that. Right, we're going to do a tier list now. So here we go. Bring this up. Look at that! It
Oh boy!
transitioned properly and everything.
Wow!
So this is the time to be nice and controversial. I think what we'll say. So you'll notice, this is 10 teams that I have selected as the max top 10. I've missed some teams out. Vatang aren't in here, and I'm sure I've missed someone, or Darkest Muzan. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some missing teams, but what we're going to do is, and you can see there's no D tier. We've got triple S.
Yes.
S++.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So they're all good.
Oh boy.
And I think we'll
boy.
go with maybe. I don't know. We could put 2 in each, or I think
I don't know. So the red at the top means the best of the best of the best.
That's the best of the best. Yeah. So
okay. And then
we'll have
B, and then B means the worst. So we might as well just put Drew's team down in B right now. No.
Right, okay. Well, that was.
No, I'm kidding.
That was controversial.
Oh man, he does it. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Oh, we're back. There we go. Okay.
Hold on. All right. So I mean, obviously, we start off with Strut with being at the very top. I mean, Strut is. Yeah, I mean, if Strut loses at any tournament, it's a shock, right? I would just say it's whoa, they lost. What's going on here? I mean, I would just put them.
It's insane how I was saying this earlier on to someone. It's like having that experience at the Worlds and losing ATN moving away from or whatever happened there. I don't think that was a particularly nice experience for them, and they seem super focused and super sort of every war they properly take on at the moment. Who else are we putting up? Or do you want to who are we putting right at the bottom? It's up to you. Choose whatever order you want, man. This is
I mean,
tier list.
Is this my tier list, or is this with both of us? This is mine.
No. I'm having nothing to do with this, man.
You had nothing to do with this. Oh my goodness, you're putting me on the spot here. Okay, so I would say out of this whole next group, I mean, Queen Walkers, Queen Stephanie, right?
Yeah.
And so they so the S++. Okay, so I don't know. I just don't want to put anyone up at stress level. I mean, they're just crazy. So I kind of just want to leave them up there at the very top, because if they lose in anything, I'm completely shocked. If any of these other teams lose, I'm like, okay, it was a good war. I can see, right? But I just feel like
not even these guys who in their first weekend together won Itsu Cup.
No, I mean it's still Strut with their team. I'm still thinking, they're at the top, and
Rick says, Colin.
I mean,
Rick says,
I'm fired. I mean, I know, Tribe defeated them in Worlds, but I don't know. It's just. I want to see another war. I want to see another war. Fluxy and Rakira's. I want to see another one.
These are the two teams. But so where are we putting S++ or
S++? Yeah. S++.
Okay.
Right there.
I like that.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? I don't know. It's just I just put them at the very top of the top, and then I would also put Queen Walkers, Queen Stephanie right there with Tribe as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Queen Walkers an interesting one. Great to watch.
Yeah.
But they don't win.
But they could lose and whatnot. They
lose a lot. That's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
We've also got. I've left some meme sort of names in here as well. So we've got. I think this might be the wrong logo for Tompanai actually. Tompanai have now got the VN. Tompanai. We've got the Brazilian SSG. This is MCS and their new MS Esports. They dropped the C and the E. I think the M and the S stand for something new now as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
We've got Fluxy's old team, Drew's team, and JX Tiger, the world champions. Do you want to put them somewhere next? And then we've got the French lads.
I think we should put JX Tiger right up next to S++ as well, up there as the world champs as well. I mean, I'm very far removed in terms of I should not be giving any of this tier list here. I don't know what I'm talking about. So you can already put a little asterisk at this. So and so next I would say a lot of these I haven't seen all too much this year, to be honest.
This is the thing. They're all very new. A lot of them have only been played together for a short amount of time. And so I mean it's very subjective, this one. Yeah, we get that.
Yeah. And so Bazinga, I would put way higher. But since Ramirez, you're not there anymore. So, and so it's a different lineup. Like a lot of these teams is a different lineup, right?
Yeah,
so I
Baz
just don't know.
like,
it's tough.
Carnage Gaming and so like Hugo Stiglitz, sorry, and then we've got the Bads guys, so we've got like Avatar and stuff like that. So we're putting them in B for Bads.
B for Bads. Let's put it back down to the bottom right now, and I haven't decided. So we'll decide for right now. So I think I'm gonna put King Mataba and MC Sports as S.
Right. Okay.
I think I'm gonna put them there, and then am I going down? I could still put some other teams up high. I'm thinking right now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to put. Let's put Tampanai let's put Tampanai S as well.
I just and then on my overlay as opposed to on the. I'm getting very confused. So S or A?
S.
Okay.
S. Yes. And then let's put out of these remaining teams. So let's put.
These are actually the 3 most newly formed ones with the most changes,
so
aren't they? Yeah.
It's tough. So I'm gonna put Chasmic at A. Let's put the new. I don't know. I don't really have much about each one of these. I'm gonna put the new space station at A as well, and then put Zinger at B. I don't know if I'm gonna put any. Do I have to put someone at B? Does someone have to go at B?
I feel that just for look how symmetrical it is now. I think it looks
all right.
beautiful.
Oh, it kind of looks good. I guess, yeah, sure. We'll put them at B. No Ramirez, so yeah, I'm good with that. No Ramirez is not on the team, so I don't know. Hey, Bazinger, we'll have to see, right? Yeah. I'm probably completely wrong here. I get everything wrong. So Ramirez, hopefully this makes up for it.
Floxy says, can you send me a link to this? Yeah, definitely, Floxy will. I will share that on Twitter later on, guys. I will tweet this as Carbonfins guaranteed 2022.
Oh boy, okay.
I don't know, something like
wow.
that.
Okay.
Judo's after your job, it looks like, as well. Right,
it looks like I've been fired from Flexi.
No.
No.
You've been fired. So.
Oh no. I mean, if Flexi's involved in the next Master Series, I mean, if he's not, I mean, if he is, maybe I remove him if he is in it and put someone else in. Or if he is in, or bring him in if he's not in. I don't know. I don't know.
That's interesting, man. That's where we're going next. I love the segue that you did there. That's beautiful, man. So I was planning on just talking to you about like the solo masters and the duo masters sort of thing and how you came up with that. And I mean, we can talk about that a little bit. So, like, how did you come up with the format? Like, what was the sort of the thought process behind that? And we will talk about what you've just announced last night next.
So it actually, the format derived from actually a live stream, and so you could probably actually go. I could find it. I can send it to you and maybe include in the YouTube part of it. Yeah, I ended up turning it into a YouTube video. So initially, I was streaming. And I was streaming. I didn't really have anything on the stream. I was like, what should I do? And so I was just like, we were just having messing around. And I was like, you know what, guys? Let's do a friendly war, right? So I had people join my team. And I was like, let's just go through the top clans and just send invites. Just random invites. So I would go through. We went to the top of the leaderboard and like, all right, let's send an invite to this team. Let's send an invite, like a challenge or like a 5 versus 5 war to have fun. Nobody accepted. We were just sending it. We were waiting in there. Nobody accepted. And then all of a sudden, I was like, all right, let me send one to Queen Walkers, right? Sent one to Queen Walkers. And then Klaus showed up to the stream and Klaus accepted, and he put all his own accounts in the war. So it was me and stream versus Klaus, all 5 of his accounts, right? And so that's a YouTube video where you can see Klaus's picture when it says like ×5 hits and turned into a YouTube video. And that's where it kind of kicked it off we just did a war against each other. And of course he won, right? And he couldn't really be creative because he didn't have time to plan. So he just went in with all his legend armies and he destroyed us. And then that kind of kicked off like, oh, this was awesome. Like Klaus brought all his accounts and kind of kicked off an idea for me to say, what if I turn this into maybe Klaus the next one was Klaus versus Nick. And so I was like, Nick, do you want to take on Klaus? And so they went at it, and then they battled. I don't remember if they necessarily were like trying to be creative in it. They might try to have been, but then I was like, whoa, Klaus won. So I was like, all right.
Seeing that one. I think I saw that live stream, because it was like individual events at first. I remember them,
Exactly, yeah. And so it was Klaus versus Nick, and then Klaus won. I was like, all right, well, let me do another one with Klaus since he won. So the next opponent was Yo-Yo, and so Klaus versus Yo-Yo, they went at it head to head in the same format as well. And so then I was like, okay, so and just people tuned in and they loved it. And so that kind of kicked off the idea of, what if now if I do like a solo head to head in terms of not just 1v1, but turn it into a, like, bring multiple accounts of your own where you do 4 attacks or you do 5 attacks in a war of solo versus solo. And so that kind of kicked off the Solo Master Series idea, kind of evolved from there. And then my idea was not only to do it like that, but also bring webcams. And at the time, the webcams was not a common thing. Even in the Worlds, they didn't even have webcams in Worlds. Like, that came like after. They tried to maybe bring a webcam thing here, but it just didn't really work. And so some players like said no, or so it didn't really work. But obviously they had to have the webcams on their side for integrity purposes. But the event for the Soul Master was the first time we ever had like a live webcam to see all the players and see the reactions and everything. And I remember when the Klaus War was there and you saw Klaus on the webcam and his hair was completely different, and people were like, whoa, this is not like what he looks like in thumbnails anymore. And people were like, oh my goodness, he looks totally different, because it was like 2 years since he took that picture from when it was the Worlds of 2019. So it was crazy. And so so that kind of how the idea started. And so the Solo Master Series finished up and people loved it, and then it went to the Duo Master Series as well for season 2, and then, as you know, now season 3 for the next Master Series is coming very soon as well. So
So the creativity side of things, why did you push that so much?
So the creative side of things, because it just comes down to what I enjoyed to be watching, right? I didn't want to see a standard metaverse meta seeing, okay, they're coming with dragons, and I'm just like, and that can kind of lead to burnout, just watching the same attack over and over and over again. And for this, it's like you have no idea what they're going to come in with. And a lot of times I'm trying to make content that I would love to watch back at any time. And those streams, I absolutely love to be able to watch back. And now I obviously can't watch the streams back because the streams are gone off Twitch. 60 days comes back to that. That's why you should diversify. Don't only put your eggs in one basket. But like, I have the recordings, the raw recordings that I could see as well, but also turned them into YouTube videos, and people on YouTube love to watch that. So that's just what I personally love to make content for, and that's to be able to see the creative side of things, the creative attacks and things like that. So that's kind of why I pushed that side of it.
So, you've just announced the Creative Masters series. Now, last season, Duels Masters, it was Marnell that won, which Marnell got a little bit of criticism for maybe not being the most creative person. I think he was being a little bit creative, but he wasn't as creative as some other people. And he got a bit of stick for that, off like chat and all that. Have you made any changes? I know you announced this last night, but it was 2 a.m. and I kind of fell asleep, mate.
I'll be announcing more as well, but
Have you made any changes to the scoring system to really push that creativity, to make that be more important?
Yeah, so all the players that I've invited here to be part of it, I've like spoken with in terms of that I believe will be able to come in with creative attacks, and here it is. So the next season is called the Creative Master Series. And well, right there, as it says, on February 9th, so that will be coming in 2 days, I'll be revealing the players involved. And so what I'm going to also be doing is kind of take like a chapter out of Eric's, what he did, the Eric Cup, where he did the voting from chat, right? So the reason why I never did that for the Solo Master Series and the Duo Master Series was because I just didn't know how that would like influence the outcomes. Like, I didn't want it to be a popularity contest, right? I didn't want the person who has the most followers to be crowned the winner, right? And so like, I didn't know if that was going to happen if I did that. So I spoke with some people about like that. What happens is essentially the way it works is the chat ends up voting to give the team, each side, either 0, 1, or 2 extra bonus stars, which can influence the outcome of the war. So I plan on doing that as well, of bringing that in, so the viewers have a chance to influence the outcome if they believe they were creative, right? So, and a lot of times the viewers will vote to what they actually believe. Yeah, they may love the player, but they're like, yo, you didn't come in with some creative attacks. You just went with meta. I like, you're my favorite attacker, but you didn't really follow the essence of what this tournament. I'm going to give you 0 stars, right? So I've seen that a lot of people end up actually doing that. They hold a lot of their favorite players to this higher standard. Like, you could have done better than this. I'm not going to give you the max 2 stars. I'm going to give you 1. Or I maybe give you 0 because you didn't come up with some creative attacks here. So I think bringing that's going to really change the mindset of the players, one, to try to be more creative, because they have now an obligation of trying to sway chat on their side. So it's going to play a role as well. And so, yeah. And then also speaking with them of like, we don't want to see these mass super dragon rider types of attacks, things that you would see all in regular wars. We want to see stuff out of the box and just fun stuff to really make it. So this is kind of the level that I set. I've said it many times in my stream, is when a viewer, if you're watching an attack come in, and then if the viewer would see an attack and they were to go like, oh, I want to watch it. If you get that kind of reaction, then you know it's a creative attack, right? If you don't get that natural, like, oh, type of reaction, then you're like, and then you see Super Dragons, you're like, whatever, skip, right? I don't need to see this. So that's kind of how you can kind of gauge it internally in your side yourself, if it's kind of creative or whatnot. So yeah, it kind of just adds to the fun, but I believe the players involved will be able to bring a lot of awesome stuff for it.
So,
yeah,
the announcement, I'm just going to bring it up again. The announcement, you did a little bit of a tease last night. You released the name and all that. And then we've got the team reveals and the matchups on February the 9th. You know, I'm helping you out by giving you a wee plug. For you, so, you know, you
exactly at this time in 2 days. So 48 hours from now, when we're doing the live stream. If you're watching on YouTube, obviously it'll be different. But exactly 2 days from this moment on the stream.
So the question now is, I'm coming in close for this one. Streamerbot's not working. I've turned it off. I can't even zoom in. Are we getting a name? Are we getting a wee reveal right now? Just
chat.
one.
Should we get a name? If we get enough people to say we want to reveal, I haven't sent him anything just so potentially to get his natural reaction. Do we have enough people in chat to convince me to release one team as a little sneak peek? Do we want a name?
Carbonfin emotes.
Should we release one team and release who is teamed up?
Name or Riot, says Carbon.
Name or Riot? Do a poll. Do we have enough people in here to convince? A name, please?
Yeah. Johnny even said, please. Wait.
Oh, wow. Oh, he wants a poll now, huh? Oh, my. Maybe. Oh my, Joe, just maybe, so maybe we shouldn't do it. I mean, Joe.
There we go. 1 minute poll. Go,
get it. But yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, there's been a lot of work that's gone into it to make to get all the assets and everything ready and the graphics, and that's what I'm trying to do is big. And that's also when I streamed the solo master series and especially the solo master series, since it was the first time I ever did it. I cannot tell you how much fun I had streaming those. I have never looked forward to doing a live stream ever to doing those live streams. Like, I was just like, I was just so pumped because I had the web cameras and the chat. It was just so much fun to do. And just so many people tuned in. It was an absolute blast. And every single time I do these streams, it is so much fun. And these are kind of like almost the highlights of my Twitch live streaming is these events, the Soul Master Series, the Dual Master Series, and now with the Creative Master Series, which is Season 3, which the first war is planned to be coming on February 13th, Sunday, and the team reveal on Wednesday. And we got, yes, there it is, 90%. Yes. Wow. Oh, man, wait, we'll see
4 people that voted yes.
Who is? Oh, man.
Hell yes.
Whoa. I didn't even see the option. So it was either hell yes or yes. So, I see what you did there, Mac.
What,
sneaky. So he's forced me to release this.
I'm just saying. Okay. I mean, COC Lalo says this is an open crowd. Should be at least 2 names. So I mean,
two names.
Just putting that out there. It's 2 names a team.
Oh my! You're gonna. Oh man! What if there's only 4 teams involved in this whole thing? You know, I'm revealing half of. No. All right.
Imagine if there was only. Imagine.
Who should I? What should I release?
Who's what? Oh, do you want to? I was going to say.
All right, here we go. I'll release this team. I'll release this team right here. You ready? I'll send it to you in a DM.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So let me see. All right. So here is the team I'm releasing right here. So,
wait.
All right, let's send it to you. I'm trying to send it. Will it go through? Come on, send. All right, there it is. All right, I've sent it through. There's a team right there.
Okay.
there is a team. Go ahead and reveal it.
It takes time, man.
It takes a little time. I know. I didn't want to send it to you early. I want to get your natural reaction.
That's hype. Right, okay,
there you go. So that is one team right there.
I'm hoping that this is going to be automatically the right size. Here we go.
There it is. Bam. Exorcist and Itsu teaming up together. They are teaming up in the Creative Master Series. Oh, baby. There's a little sneak peek. We will be revealing all the teams coming on Wednesday, but there's a little sneak peek coming. But yes, Exorcist and Itsu are battling together as a team in the Creative Master Series.
Oh man! I mean, if Itsu can get his Clash Mini involved as well, even better.
Maybe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Itsu coming back to let's call it compare. Yeah, it's compare. Yep.
He's coming.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
And Exorcist as well. That's that's awesome.
It's gonna be fun. Can't wait for it. Cannot wait for it.
Thank you for. I genuinely didn't know if you were going to do that or not. I thought you were just going to tease me.
Yes.
If you're actually going to tell me something, that is awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
Exorcist and Itsu, 2 of the best 5, says Antonia. There we go. Itsu out of retirement. Yeah, heard it here first. Itsu out of retirement. True story.
Yeah.
Right, Carbon, we're on to viewers' questions now, and people have been putting viewers' questions in for ages. So I've got millions of them. I'm going to go through all, and we're not going through all of these because we've asked some of them have gone along, and some of them are trash. Like the very first one, someone has said test. Drew has then said tell him to go to bed. So
Okay, Drew. Okay.
Here you go, Scott. This is a bit off topic. If I click this, let's see if it works. It should come up in a second. It won't even come up. Click to show the message. Oh, that's disappointing. That's
breaking it.
I've broken it. Did it come up?
I mean, classic. No, I don't see anything. I don't see none. I just see the Mac report and both of us.
That's disappointing. Right,
it flashed.
Maybe I need to go to the screen.
In the video, you go.
This will all get cut out in the video. It'll be fine. 10 minutes later.
2 years later.
Yeah, 2 years. Nothing to show. What do you mean nothing to show?
It's broken.
He broke my fancy toy, which worked when I was testing it. Right, okay. You know what? I've got a list of questions, and I'm going to ask them, and that's okay.
Okay. What's the questions?
Right. Okay. What have we got? How long did it take to redo your bathroom and your streaming room? We saw that on Twitter, and in fact, we'll go back to the full screen here so we can get your full background. Look at that.
Yep.
How long did that take?
So the streaming room here took just like a weekend. Like in terms of I had the couch ordered and whatnot. So once the couch ordered, I got everything else which was pushed off to the side. So it took me a weekend to just take the shelving down and then put everything up. And so just a few days. So this was the easy part and whatnot here. But the bathroom that I made, I didn't obviously build it, but I designed it myself. So I picked everything out and all that. That took several months. So the demo and the construction actually started when I went to Worlds. So the last weekend of November. The reason why I started then is because I was in LA for a whole week. So I wanted the demo to be going on with all the loud noises, the cutting, all that to be happening when I was out of town. So it didn't affect recording or live streams or things like that. So, which is the bathroom that's right here. And so that is, so it took, the demo was like about a week, 2 weeks to go through. And then it took about a couple more months to get everything else finalized. I had to get all the other stuff ordered and then schedule times to install and stuff. So yeah, so it took about like 2 months or so to kind of get that all completed.
Mm-hmm. I got it, by the way, while you were answering that, I got it to come up and everything. I was well chuffed with that. Right, we've got a whole load of here. It's cold out. Why isn't the fireplace on? The fireplace is on. When is it? Master Secret's done that. Here we go. Here's a good one. Does Carbon remember who got the first ever triple in Ocean Oasis? And this is from Nedstar, so it may well be him. Was it him?
Yeah, it was him.
Question.
yeah, that was back when Ocean Oasis was like a mixed breakdown. And I think he got the triple as a lower town hall on it. And so, nice. And then eventually Ocean Oasis went to Town Hall 14 only.
So, Nathan, God, is it Nathan? Yeah, messaged me on DMs as well, and he said, does Carbonfin know that Ocean Oasis have 4 esports teams, and when is he going to cast one of our wars? Was a question they asked.
Yes,
I ask it right now, but I thought I'd answer it.
I didn't know. Like, to be honest, I'm totally removed from the esports team, and so I don't have any involvement in terms of their esports teams, of what they do and all that. So they do all this stuff themselves, and so like I remember looking. There was the one team, and all of a sudden now there's 4. Like I have no idea in terms of how many teams are involved, but I know there was few, and I did make a video where I went 1-on-1, me versus the whole team. Of whoever was able to play, and so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, they've been doing some awesome stuff, and a lot of wars that they've been involved in, they've done really well and surprised me. So it's really awesome to see, and like I'm just in shock that like I'm so removed from it that it's like, wow, it's almost like they're like a whole self-running machine that they've run and take off. It's really cool to see like that. I don't have to like go in and say, okay, yeah, do this, this, and this. They're doing everything themselves, right? Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I'm just like, wow, they're still under the Ocean Oasis name. I'm like, they could easily just go off and make their own team name, own clan name, could be whatever they want to call it, right? Not be associated with Ocean Oasis, but they're still under that, like that name, that banner, that Ocean Oasis with the logo and stuff. So it's just like, wow, it's really cool to see, and honored to just see that they're going off and running with it and representing the clan. And so it's, love it. Yeah,
that's cool, man. Raja Balanapan, I think I've said your name wrong. I'm sorry, man. He's just thrown this in the chat now. It's quite an interesting one. We talked about you doing your casting and all that, but how did you get that? It's more interesting. How did you get that initial first call? He's saying when Galadon dominated the scene. What was that like? How did that come about?
So I actually talked about that last night. No, you're all good. Obviously, it's not here. It's just, it brings back the memory, like thinking about it. So essentially, what happened was, it's a cool story. So it was the beginning of 28. Beginning of 2019, because that was the crazy year. Yeah, beginning of 2019. How I said I went to all those different countries and stuff and places. Well, at the beginning of the year, there was not any of that, and so like that's when the ESL Mobile Open started, and so I wasn't doing any casting. I was part of the Supercell like program. This is before they had the creator program. Like now you have to apply and stuff. Back then, when I was involved, they reached out to people individually. And so like they sent you an email saying, hey, we're Supercell. We love what you do. Would you like to be brought in? And then you can have like dev build to help like do testing in terms of, and make YouTube videos for the like sneak peeks. And when I got that email, I was like blown. I was like, oh my God, like what is going on? So that was like 2018. So I was part of the program for, I believe it was 2018, unless I'm misremembering, and then goes into 2019. And then the ESL Mobile Open comes, and they reached out to me, and they're like, hey, Carbon, would you like to make videos and help promote this Mobile Open for us and on your channel? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And I asked them like, oh, wait, how did you like find out about it? Because I didn't really have much of a following in terms of like, how did you find out about me and things? And they were like, well, actually, we were told about you because an employee of us that works in like the Germany office or something watches your channel and he loves what you do and he recommended you. And so I was like, what? And obviously I don't know who that person is. Yeah. And so I was like, you never know who's watching your channel, right? And you don't know who they are. You don't know what type of job role they have, kind of influence they could potentially have. So like you want to obviously treat everyone with like the same respect. You don't want to treat anyone poorly or more than others. And so you never know who's watching at any given moment of your stream or your videos. So and recommending that kind of kicked off them reaching out to me. And so I was like, yeah, I would love to be a part of it. There was no thing about saying, hey, you want to be a part of it and cast and fly out to this. That wasn't a thing. And so I was just there to say, hey guys, check out the ESL Mobile Open, and I would just include that in my video. Hey, click the link down below if you want to sign up your team to participate. That's really it. And then to make a few highlight videos on the channel. And then I always kind of like gave them a little nudge. And I was like, you guys know, if you ever need like a caster or someone to cast it, I told them a few times, right? And so I was like, well, if you ever need someone, I'm here, I'm available. But they're like, okay, thank you, we're good. And because they had Woody, right? So Woody was casting with Inverum. They were doing the playoffs, they would do the events. And so Woody was scheduled to actually do the finals broadcast in DreamHack Dallas. And I was like, I wasn't scheduled at all to go there to do anything. And I was like, you know what? I want to fly out to Dallas so I could just be there and witness it. Yeah. I've never been to a Clash of Clans live event. So this is when One Hive with Eric played Coastal Clash in that event for the finals. And so I was like, I'm going there just to be able to see and watch, sit in the crowd and just enjoy, right? And so I go there. Well, that's actually before I go there, but a few days before, maybe even a week, I get actually, no, this is how it works. So I get my plane ticket, I get my hotel, all lined up. 48 hours later, I get an email saying, hey, Carbon, a spot opened up. Woody's no longer able to do it. Would you like to cast this finals event? And I was just like, what? Because I mentioned many times that I'm going to be there. So if you need someone on any like capacity, the backstage or things, I'll be there to help. And so then a spot opened up and would like to cast, and that kind of opened the doors. But funny enough, the reason the spot opened up is because Woody got invited to go do the Worlds qualifier stream in May because Rene, who was hosting, was not able to make it that month because he had to go to a family wedding. And so he had to go to a family wedding, which then opened a spot. They reached out to Woody, said, hey, Woody, would you like to do it? Woody said yes, which then opened the spot in Dallas, which then opened the spot for me. I then went to go do that. And then it's just like all the dominoes kind of fell from there. And
incredible.
Yeah, I did. So I did the Dallas event live, and then that next like week or so, then Galadon and Klaus Gaming, the Klaus YouTube, not Klaus from Queenwalkers, they both said that they're stepping down in terms of retiring. So 2 spots opened up for casting on the world stage. And then Supercell saw kind of the casting I did in Dallas and saw it was kind of on that main event and things. So then they reached out to me as like a trial basis. They were like, Carbon, we would love to invite you to cast the next June qualifier out in Poland. I get that email and I'm like, are you serious? Like, wait, I just did this Dallas thing. Now I'm invited. What is going on? I just am total shock. I have no idea what's happening. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. And so like in terms of a trial, like we would love to see how it goes. And if it goes well, we would love to invite you out again. Right. And if it didn't go well, then that's it. You just do the one. And then they were like, they loved it. They absolutely loved how it went. And so they've invited, and now the rest is history. And so kind of just from that moment, that's how it all kind of unfolded and kind of just went from there. And so it's been an absolutely incredible journey, and just feel forever grateful for everything that kind of went my way. That's why I feel like so lucky that just all these dominoes fell in my direction, my way to kind of lead towards that. And it's just amazing. Yeah.
So cool, man. That's brilliant. So, hey, good question. I can't remember who asked that. Good question, man. Talking about the team to cast and all that sort of stuff. We've got this one here from Laser Girl. Which team is the best / funniest to cast? So,
this is hands down definitely tribe.
Yeah.
The reason I'm not saying that because of its tribe, but their general webcam reactions are like light years ahead of anyone. In terms of, especially like I know Eve Maxi's on the team. Eve Check didn't have crazy stuff, but like Exosys, Nebrax, they just go wild. Like nobody else comes to that level, which means that Fluxy and Rikiras, you guys got some work to do. You got to step up, right? So Rikiras, you guys, come on. We need to see these OP tribe reactions now. Don't let us down.
I want to see Fluxy smash that picture of the cat that's behind him when he gets angry. But he never fails, right? So it's never going to happen. I want to see the rage. I think it'd be awesome.
we want to see stuff, and it's just tribe is just, I just love seeing how just amazing, like the general reaction just flows through into the webcams, and by far have the best, and I just love streaming them.
Yeah. Okay, what about this one then from Camo? Is player cams the future of Clash esports? What do you think? So Fire Fiera's put them in every round. Do you like that, or do you think it's too
love
much?
them, to be honest. Like, the only thing is I wish it was a little easier. I mean, granted, it's amazing, right? So it's all different, but like the one issue that you have in terms of like they use Google Meets is like there's so many people, right?
Yeah.
So many people that are in it. So it's like, and the one issue that I run into with it is the players don't change their name in Google Meets to match their game, like their player tag in game. So you don't know who it is, right? Their name in the Google Meets might be John Smith, but their in-game name is Unicorn Man 56. Like who is that? Like I don't know who's who, right? And so
when I came back from work one day, and Discord and Fire Fiera, the streamers chat was just full of what is going on with Team Ninja's names, because obviously everyone like everyone's in English, well not in English, but like have are speaking in a sort of Germanic language that's using the same lettering, and then obviously all Team Ninja's names are in Japanese, so it couldn't even they couldn't even tell you, oh, this player is this player. Like, so that happened with NCS. We got told like the real players' names, but the Team Ninja, it was just like it's impossible. A clean feed is the next stage for it. What do you think about some teams? So like I had Unfair Warfare on, and they said we chose not to enter that because we were worried that one of our players would just lose connection, and then we'd just get disqualified or something like that. And
is that the rule? If you lose connection,
because
they turn their webcams off all the time in that thing. They turn it on for their tech, then they turn it off. And
then people were stressed about like I just want to do my attack on the toilet, and I don't want to be sat at a computer and set up. Do you know what I mean? We had that sort of stuff. Do you think there's a little bit of that maybe?
That definitely can be. I mean, like I think they're taking it to like another level of bringing every match. I really think the webcam should be a thing when it's an important match. It's like a show match. If it's like the playoffs, like if it's just a regular war, I don't see like, okay, great. But like if those are regular wars, you have to do it all over and over and over again. It can get a little annoying on the players. Like, oh, let me sit down, connect the webcam, blah, blah, blah. But I think if it comes to more important wars, that's where I think it would make a difference and be really nice. But I mean, having a webcam just adds to the feel, right? And so like, especially for a YouTube video, like it gives me another thing I could do in my video. I could cut to their webcam, right? So like I could be showing the gameplay, then I could cut to the webcam of the reaction of what's going on. And so you could do so many things with it. And so
I think
that's why,
I think as people get more used to the webcams as well, like, so trying to obviously they're quite used to it, and they kind of get into the swing of it, so they're sort of playing at the camera and all that. Whereas sometimes you have people and they just sit there like that, and they're like, and they're just terrified, and they're like, and actually it's putting them off. But as they get more used to it, so like my favorite
they have
moment,
to realize,
my favorite moment. Then I ended up with like this brilliant interaction with I can't remember the name of the team, but it was a guy called Luan, and he was the final hit of his war. They'd already lost, and I switched to his player cam, and the guy was just sitting there like this. And he was just like, he was done in. He was like, what's the point of even attacking? And the emotion was just brilliant. And I put it into a wee short, and I tagged them on Twitter, and they took it in the it was against the DK Second Brigade, and they took it in the best sort of way, and they were positive about it. It was so funny, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what can happen with the webcam.
And like, I now know this team, and I've had an interaction with them, and I love that. It's so cool. It's really nice. Johnny, thank you for the raid, man. Welcome in.
Absolutely.
I've just noticed the time, Carbon. Sorry, man. Let's just see if there's any other questions. M-Dub says, Matt, how's that Queen picture coming along? So I've got an channel points redemption called Make Matt Draw, and M-Dub told me to draw the Archer Queen wall breaker skin that I've said that Clash of Clans should use.
You made one?
I haven't drawn it yet. I can't draw.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But I got the idea, and
it's gotta be a thing. I think it'll be the biggest selling skin ever. Yeah,
exactly. It's like when the Golem King came out, I was like, well, that's cool.
They gotta embrace the meme. Yeah,
but you need to embrace this.
We need a wall breaker queen. It would be perfect. Yeah.
And there was another one somewhere. I've lost it, but can't bring it up. But someone asked about can you recruit Carbon to start using the phrase Snowlow? Why isn't he helping you? It's probably because you've not heard about it. But
I've never heard about it.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but Icehound is not actually the correct name for an Icehound. It's actually a Snowhound, and it's a Snowlow. So it's not a Lalo, it's a Snowlow when they use Snowy Hounds. Yeah. So it's just an important fact for you, Carbon. It just I'm just helping with your Clash education, man.
All right.
So I've got a little emote here that I'm just going to spam. So next time you see a Snowlow hit, if you could just use that phrase, it's like Flybred and all that. We're just
yeah.
We're just,
I can think about it. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Cool. I mean, remember that I just call it like the ice Lalo or something. But I feel that's fun, man. I feel that's better. Snowlow is definitely for sure better. Like absolutely.
Does anyone have any last minute questions for Carbon? I'm conscious that I've kept him for about 2 hours now because he got on the call with me as well. I'm scrolling through just to see if there's any more. I think we've covered everything. Here you go. Here's a nice one from Chase to finish us off. This has got some nice nice stuff in here. What is the one skill you've learned that has been most impactful in your Clash content creation and ESL commentary journey? Is there a skill that you'd wish you had learned earlier? That is from Chase, and that is a brilliant question, Chase.
Yeah, I've got the moment you say this question, I've got an answer. Like, I didn't see this question before, so the answer to this would be, so when I first started streaming, so I guess I kind of learned this early, luckily. And so for anyone that's starting their journey, this could help, right? I'll give you the story. And so I was streaming on Twitch, and I was casting these wars, and I'm casting them, and I'm just explaining what's going on, doing normal stuff, right? And then I get this message in Twitch chat, and I find out where people are doing at the time. Like, someone's like in their house, on the couch, relaxing, whatever, at school, going to school, getting ready for work. And then there's this one person that says he watches the streams, right? But he doesn't necessarily watch them. He's listening to the streams while he's driving his truck, right? So he's a truck driver doing his routes, driving his truck. And then he says that, Carbon, would you mind try to be as descriptive as possible, because he's not watching the stream, he's listening to it. So that kind of the thing that taught me was to say, what I should do is, as I'm casting these wars, trying to be as descriptive as possible, as if the people are not watching, they can't see it, but they are listening, and so then they can kind of imagine what's going on. So by being more descriptive helps with the commentary, helps kind of explain what's going on. So in a sense, do it like people are listening to your stream on audio only, so they can just visually see. So this could help with people that have like disabilities. Maybe they can't see, but they like to listen to what's going on. Maybe they can't see as well. So this can kind of help. So that kind of helped teach me in terms of sense for commentary wise, and that could be applied to anything you do. So like if you make YouTube videos, if you make content on Twitter, think about how you can make videos or content that could be helping like others that could have a disability. So for example, like if you make Twitter videos, like most of the people who go on Twitter or TikTok, whatever, they might not have the audio on. So that could be putting short little subtitles in a short little video so that they can read what's going on if they can't listen to it, right? So thinking outside the box of how you can like help those that typically people may not think about, that goes into like a live stream or a YouTube video or something like that. So
that's awesome. I'm having a giggle that people are giving me abuse in the chat as well. Clash of Styles, like, you should think about that, Mac. Basically, I have described it as I have a Just Chatting stream where there's a war happening next to me. And it's like the polar opposite of what you've just described. I'm rubbish at commentating. I get too distracted by chat and all that, but that makes total sense. It's really sensible. Someone's also said Radio Carbon. That's a new thing. There you go. That's your
Bring in the radio.
Mention. Radio Carbon. There you go. Special Clash of Clans. Don't drive and clash, says Nanka. Yeah. No,
exactly. Don't drive, so you listen. Yeah, it becomes like a podcast, essentially. Yeah.
Happy days. There was one that came in here. Sorry, and I know that I said the last one was the last one, but this is a good one.
No, it's fine.
M-Dubs come up with this one. What was your biggest surprise in the team shuffling signings for January? What signing made you go, wow? Or didn't expect that?
I would say definitely. I would say Tribe. Like I knew for a while that like Eve Check and Eve Maxi were leaving. I knew for a while before they announced it, and so I was like, I didn't know who they were going to bring on, and so then when they announced that they were bringing Ramirez and Fluxy on, I was like, oh wow, I did not see that coming because Ramirez was part of Bedzinger, and I thought he was going to be part of that, and so that really like surprised me. I would say especially. And then Ramirez was like, well, why'd you put me lower in that tier list? Well, I mean, as a team, take on Strut. Let's see, you defeat him, you'll move up, right? You got some work to do, guys, right?
I genuinely, I would, I'm not going against you, Carbon. That's your tier list, but I would have put those two right on the. I think Tribe with Fluxy and Ramirez.
You can't tell me that you can't tell me that I'm biased. I'm giving what I believe.
If anything, you've gone the opposite of bias. I don't know what that is. Like you deliberately. It's like you're trying to get yourself fired.
No, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to. No, this is the con. Okay, I'll give you a little insight. Everyone that's still listening to made it this far. It's all about the content curator mindset. If I did the normal put Tribe up top, people won't talk about it. But if I do this, it will make more people talk in chat. It'll make people clip it. It'll make people share it. Look what Carbon did. That means more people see it. More people click. That means more people go to your channel. It's a content creator mindset. You know, you got to think about these things. It makes more traffic.
Out of the YouTube video.
Exactly. This is how it all ties together here.
YouTube
so this is how it all works. Exactly. There you go. You get people to click. It gets people in. Now people go to your Twitch live streams. They follow your other platforms. And this is how it all comes together. You know.
Margar says Rick is not angry, he's disappointed.
Oh my. Yes. I mean, no, it's good. I can't wait to see what all these teams can do for this 2022. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Are you excited about 2022?
I am. The new
format, 6 weeks of Clash.
Yeah, I'm curious of how the 6 weeks is going to be. I was surprised. Also, another surprising thing was the Worlds was going to be in September. I was like, not going to be in December at the end of the year, so it's going to be a lot earlier. So this is going to be a lot of, it's going to be a lot of. Oh, Talfin, I have no idea for that.
Yeah, it has to be. Why else would you have in September? It's got to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dropping in December or September, probably. I would guess something. I mean, it's very interesting that it's coming in September, but I mean, it would make sense for a new channel, but I have no idea. I'm out of loop, so I can try to speculate.
This is pure speculation. I'm speculating
pure
like
speculation.
Mad, but Sorry, I've gone totally off topic. I can't wait to see what they can do. Looks exciting. 6 weeks of videos is like 6 weeks is like 2 videos only. Steve Dead Parrots, Itsu's predicting Town Hall 15 in December. I predicted Town Hall 15 fall or December. That's
I think it's more likely in December because that's typically when a big update comes. Like September is not as big of an update. I would guess December, but I have no idea.
You say typically a big update, and yet we got Super Dragons.
I was very disappointed. I was very disappointed of this last December update. They let me down. I can just say that they let me down.
I think it probably was the right call, though, wasn't it? If the thing was totally broken, whatever it was they had planned, then it's the right call to not throw in something.
Not to throw it that doesn't work if that's the case. I have no idea.
But it was a bit sort of like when sneak peeks were only 2 days long. We're like, what?
Hello?
What happens?
like that's your reaction as us making the content. And like, we knew for a little bit before that, we were all like looking at each other like, is it? When the viewers see our videos, like we knew what the viewers were going to say in our comment section. We were like, this ain't going to go down well. This is not going to be good from the viewer perspective.
Yeah, because one of the sneak peeks was literally like balance changes. And I was like, that's a strange thing to make a video on. Oh, okay, because that's all you've got. You've got 2 days worth of sneak peeks, and one of them is balance changes. So you go to town on that. Yeah. Content creator secrets.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nanka says, here we go. I can bring this one up. We'll finish with this one. I'm sorry, I've promised that 3 times. You've been asking good questions. What does his family think about his addiction to Clash of Clans and streaming and casting work? Well, it's your job, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my job in terms I do it full time. And so that goes back to 2019 when I left my job, which I was doing full time and making the content for. In January 2019, that's when I started full time in YouTube. And my parents initially were like, what is this? Like, are you sure you're doing this? Like why is it smart? And so they're like, what you should do is put 6 months of work into this YouTube. And if it doesn't work, then go out and find like a job and something. And so I was like, all right, I will try to put 6 months in and see what happens. And then that's when everything just went down. May of 2019 is when I was invited to go to Dallas, and then, or I flew out, and then they ended up like reimbursing for all that stuff. So I didn't have to pay for any of that because I was casting for it. And then in June is when I flew to Poland. And then the moment when I went to Dallas, and then they were like, whoa, like, okay, you're actually going to Dallas for getting paid to do this. And then when I went to Poland, then that's when like things set in, and they were like, okay, now we understand this. This is actually something here. And so it took to that to see that. And then like my mom will sometimes tune in, not to a live stream. She doesn't do any of that, but she'll watch she won't like watch the YouTube video, but she'll just like see the video, and like she'll watch the beginning, and she'll she sometimes like shows like her friends are like, see, this is what he does. He makes these videos and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? Like, they have no idea what this is. And so, but yeah, it's cool. And they are totally on board with it now, and they totally understand and yeah, it's been a journey.
So awesome. I don't know if it's the same in America, but it's probably football, like American football for you guys. For me, when I was growing up, it was soccer. Everyone wanted to be a soccer player, like a football player. And it was this thing of like everyone wants to do it. Potentially anyone could, but only certain people are going to be talented enough to actually get there and all that. And I think the modern version of that is a streamer or a YouTuber. That's sort of like that's what I'm a teacher, and that's what all the children in my school want to do. And it's that thing of like, actually, well, okay. Wow. Instead, it's like, right, well, if you want to do that, you need to approach it properly. It's kind of the advice I try to give them, as opposed to like, and that probably comes because I'm busy doing this, and I have a secret life where I'd actually rather be a YouTuber. But and that's the sort of like that background of so, well, if I would say to do that, you need to take it on properly and get as much experience as possible. And sorry, go for it. Yeah,
it's like your goals into it have to be not of wanting to be popular, not wanting to grow, but your goal should be going into it that you love it, that you would do it for not getting paid, you would do it if no one's watching. Like, you want to be able to have those backbone, that foundation of, if let's say everything just falls apart, would you still do it? Like, question, there's a lot of people that are doing it just to ride that wave, and they get those like whatever, like this just the rush of emotions that come in from obviously releasing a video and people watching it. But you want to have that back end of saying you're doing it because of the love for it, and then everything could go from there. Because if you do it for money, fame, and stuff, that's going to burn out quick and it's going to fall apart. And so you want the right goals to go in with it, and then it could just kind of grow from there. And like, if I look back from when I started to now, it's a million times different. Yeah. So much stuff has changed, and it's just, the biggest thing you could do is, if you're like, I want to upload that first YouTube video, I want to do it. Well, what's stopping you? I need to get the right equipment. I need to get this microphone. I need to do this. you are just putting excuses on yourself. What you should be doing is take your phone, whatever you're watching this stream on right now, probably 99% has the chance to record. Like if it's a laptop, if it's an iPad, if it's a TV, sure. If you're watching on a TV, you probably can't record. Okay, whatever, you got me there. But 99% of you are watching this video, this live stream on your phone probably, and you're doing that. Then you could just record the gameplay on your phone. Just do that. Put that and just upload it to YouTube and just start sharing it that way. You have some capabilities to make a video, and that could just be your first video that maybe a year from now you look back and like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. But what that can do is just unlock that little like, oh, I did it. I took that first step. And then you can slowly take baby steps from there and just eventually and start making more and different types of content. Who knows what it may be. And so, yeah, just take that first step.
That's what me and Coco were talking about when you were lurking in the chat. And she was like, I want to get it right. I want to get it perfect. And I was just like, no, you know what? It makes total sense. Understand that. People go for it.
They get stopped by that. And they have the excuses. They get hit by it. And then it's just, they're like, oh, I don't have that. And then it just stalls them. And it's just, once you open that first door and then you get those comments on your videos, trust me, that's where it's going to be like, whoa, people watched? Wait, I have 10 views on my videos? Wait, there's 20? Who's watching this? What? And then people comment like, I love the video. Thank you. I want more. That right there is going to, you don't understand how much it fuels you so much. So just those little comments. So if you're watching anybody that has 10 to 20 views on YouTube, make sure you leave a comment, because that will drive them to make more videos, more than you will ever know. Trust me, I've been there, and that's how it is. So I recommend you as a viewer can make a huge impact on YouTubers that almost have 10, 20, 5 views, whatever it may be, or 2 comments. Your comment makes a big deal. So keep that in mind. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe.
Exactly.
I'm going to put a wee ping sound in there as well. I've got one more, only because I'm sorry. Because 2009 Job has asked this about 6 times, the poor guy.
Yeah.
He wants to know what your hobbies are, and once again, I can't get it to come up. I don't know why. Sometimes it works and sometimes
broken.
It doesn't. It's a bit temperamental, this. Well, he's asked, what do you do in your spare time? What do you do when you're not doing Clash of Clans? What are your hobbies?
Well, right now in my spare time, what I've been doing is getting all this stuff, kind of basically projects around my house, because I got my house here, which was in the July of last year, 2020. And so, which I've been fortunate enough through all this stuff, been able to then kind of now try to upgrade things around. So there's always a project around here that I could do, right? So it's either the bathroom or my office, or which I also just recently worked on the closet and added a whole like closet organization structure. Before it was just like shelves, and now it's a whole unit and stuff all organized, things like that. So there right now is basically just finding things around to just fix up. But other than that, being able to, like, before COVID and stuff, like I love to play like softball, like little like rec league softball there. I know before, it was when I was in college stuff, like when I would come home from college, every like Thanksgiving, we would do like a turkey football, like flag football stuff. So like kind of sports wise, I grew up living on a lake, so I love to go boating, and that kind of also fueled the stuff with my logo, fin and shark and water and all that. So wakeboarding, things like that, and just kind of relaxing and doing that type of stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I was hoping to say candle making was his offline hobby. Cam, I don't know if that's an inside joke. That's gone over my head if it is.
No.
Cool. Right. So, Carbon, thank you so much for coming on. I say this to a lot of people. You've been on my hit list for a while, but genuinely, it's an absolute honor. You're like the master of Twitch, and it's been brilliant, and it's been so interesting. It's been super long. Thank you so much. I think I've had you for 2 hours. I was expecting this to last about an hour.
It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Carbon. All the best, man. And see you later. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Absolutely. See you guys.